What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Best Flarking Gamescast. Each and every show, we're going to review the free games offered through Xbox Live's Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus free games of the month. We'll talk about what we liked, what we didn't like, and what's available this month, which we'll be talking about on next month's shows. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Nick Regis, joined by two of my favorite nerds, my brother from another podcast, Adam Dunn.
Hello.
And joining the team, the drop shot queen herself, Miss Sarah Dope. How the hell are you guys?
Good. Super good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know, it's cold out. It's perfect weather to stay indoors and play games. So I can't complain.
It is super fucking nice out today.
It is.
Okay,
It actually is.
For us,
Yeah.
who we are used to, negative weather, then yes, today is a summer day. But to
You're
the
not
rest,
wrong.
to the rest of the country, where they think 60 is cold, it's fucking freezing out.
It is,
Fair
yeah.
enough, fair
I
enough.
walked out the door this morning and 8 degrees felt like a damn heat wave.
I took my dogs out without a coat on or anything. It's like, this is a beautiful day. This is a beautiful day outside.
Just out in a tank top and shorts. Like, what's up?
I was just letting it ride.
It's great. So like we said, we're reviewing the free games because there are so many awesome free games that come out every month through both these online services that we pay for on our consoles. It's a great addition to our online multiplayer, stuff like that. So last month, and you guys are going to have to help me out a bit here with the full list of free games that we had, because it feels like it was a bit more than normal, and I'm not sure if they had just kind of added, or Microsoft especially, just kind of added to the list as the month went on. But we had, what did we have? For PSN, we had Stories, The Path of Destinies.
Yeah.
We had
There was
that
Invisible
detective
Ink.
game. Yeah, Invisible Ink. Some PS3 game, and none of us own a PS3 or a Vita.
No.
So those are kind of out the door
Irrelevant.
there.
Of course not. Does anyone own the PS Vita?
No, I don't know, and that's kind of why I wonder why they keep putting out free games for last gen's console when there's no backwards compatibility.
I mean, some people might still be hanging on, I guess.
This is true. Yep. But Microsoft really went above and beyond with their games last month. I mean, holy shit. We had Outlast, Lost Odyssey, Sleeping Dogs,
And Burnout Paradise.
Burnout Paradise. And I'm sure there was a couple more that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. But, going right into it.
I only saw
what
Outlast
did-
and Sleeping Dogs, to be honest.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that's where I feel like they were adding as the month went. Like Lost Odyssey, I don't think was on the list at the beginning of the month.
No, Lost Odyssey they just decided to give away as like a holiday thing because people love Lost Odyssey so much. And they're like, hey, guess what? It's on backwards compatibility. Boom, it's free for these 2 weeks. Go get it.
Which is awesome by them.
But not in that shitty Borderlands way where they're like, hey, Borderlands is free for a weekend.
For the weekend,
Yeah.
right?
For 2.5 days.
Which, quick little sidetrack, is exactly what Nintendo's about to do. Here's your free rental for the month. But we'll talk about that at a later time.
The salt is real.
Yeah.
Is
It
all
really
I can
is.
say.
I could
the
feel
salt is
it.
so real.
But getting us back on track here, what did you guys play for the month? Who wants to start? Adam, Sarah, what did you guys play?
I mean, are we just listing what we
Yeah.
played? Or are we
Talk about what you like. What did you play? What did you like? And what did you not like
Of the free games?
of the free games?
I hated Invisible Ink. And I feel like it's only because of console controls. Because it's made by Clay. It's made by the same people who do Don't Starve, which I love. But I tried Invisible Ink on PlayStation, and it was like, I feel like there were times it was supposed to be doing, like, noticing this security guard, and it just wouldn't do anything. So needless to say, I played it for like 30 minutes, and then I got frustrated and quit. I rage quit like the simplest game out of them all.
Yeah, I didn't even try it, so.
I played Invisible Ink on PC, so I was like, I'm not gonna play it again.
Right,
Okay, so
right.
what do you think about it on PC, though?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, was it Koei and Play? Like that, like grouping has not made a game that I've disliked yet. Together. It was like, what is it? Enter the Gungeon and Don't Starve and Invisible Ink. Just all really cool games. I think they also are the publishers behind Hotline Miami, too. But somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, see, that's why I think it's the console controls, because I feel like normally Clay can't do anything wrong.
Yeah, I just got into Gungeon this year. I'm not familiar with this one. I just saw the kind of the type of play that it was, so I didn't even try it. There's too many free games.
No interest.
Yeah,
I'm just skipping it.
Yep.
I'm not even doing this.
Yep. But I did play Stories. I think we all played Stories.
Oh my god, yes.
Adam, did you?
I didn't. I
You
totally didn't play it.
It's so good.
It is.
I was
I mean,
like,
I have it
surprised.
downloaded, but I didn't play it.
So you'll be able to go back at least and try it. It's a ton of fun. I ran through it and just platinumed that shit right away.
Nick, did you know anything about it before playing it?
I knew nothing.
Exactly, same here. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to play this, see what it is. And I was very pleasantly surprised of how much I love it.
Yes, yeah, your first playthrough, and then it really gives you that concept of what's happening in this game and what this game is about.
Yeah. And then you go back and you try to get everything.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm still trying to platinum
and then I
it.
look at the achievement list or the trophy list, and I run through every single one
I'm
of them.
like 80%.
And it's like a Diablo, like a isometric top-down action RPG, right?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, for the most
Basically,
part.
yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a Diablo or a Torchlight kind of thing.
Yeah,
Should
but
we-
it's meant
I mean,
to
should
be
we-
replayed.
Yeah, I was about to say, should we just spoil it?
Oh yeah, no spoiler. People, you should know that full on. We're talking about. It's always going to be the previous months, so like giving them that time to play along as well and join in on the conversation, comment stuff. Let us know what they felt with the experience of the games that we're having as well. So yeah, spoilers full on. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Yeah, it's
So my first time playing through it, like I didn't realize that it was a bunch of different storylines that you're gonna have to go back to play it. I thought it was just gonna be like a complete start to finish, and then you're done, right? And then maybe you can go back to a save point and get some weird rare collectible. So when I first finished, and then all of a sudden, the narrator goes back to a certain point, and then I was like, oh, I see what they did, and I'm really, really having a lot of fun with it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but does the combat not feel so awesome?
Oh yeah, all the combos, and like you level up as you come along, of course, and you can level up your different swords, and you can switch out different like gems that give you special abilities. I've become a lot better at being a little more aware of how to do combos during combat.
Sure.
It's just really fun.
And countering and grabbing stuff with your grappling hook.
And like even stuff like the art style and the music and the narrator and like all the random things that he'll say aside from the actual storyline, I love.
Yeah,
like, I think they did a really good
the little
job with
clips and stuff.
Yeah.
Some pop culture references in there too. But yeah, I think to that point of the art, that was my only gripe a little bit, was that isometric camera was a bit too far away for my liking. Like, get me in a little bit closer and let me enjoy the graphics here and this art style that you're kind of bringing to us. That was my really only complaint. As you go along a bit further, I think in like my 20-something playthroughs, like when I was getting way up there trying to fill out the board, like 29 different story outcomes, there were a lot more rendering errors in the environments. So like a certain ground, stairs, stuff just wouldn't render, and you're just walking on air. So everything's still there.
Yeah,
but
I ran across that a couple times where I was like,
but for as
I guess
good
I'm just
it
gonna
is-
restart my app.
yeah, you're right. But for as good as it is, and being free, I can't complain about that shit.
Exactly.
For as
Same
little
here.
as it happens, no complaints.
Precisely. So basically, Adam, you need to play this.
Yeah, you do.
It's gonna have to go like it's gonna have to fall in line.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
like it's like get in line.
Take a number.
Game.
Yeah.
It's just like all right. Because now I'm the game that I've been playing the most as of late is Witcher 3, which is not a free game, but we all
Which
know
is
is very,
crazy that
very
you're
time
playing
consuming.
that this late now.
Dude, I didn't have any drive to play it until now, and now
That's
I'm hooked.
okay. I'm just glad you're playing
I
it.
still haven't played it, so I know. I know.
Okay, well, something that we all have played, and I just tried my hand at last night, was Outlast.
So
Holy
so,
shit.
so good, so
Holy
very
shit.
good.
Wait, so Adam, did you finish it?
I finished it before on PC, but I am
God.
playing through the console one now.
So Adam probably has the most reference for us here.
Absolutely. I only
Adam
lasted
gives-
an hour.
It's weird for me because like I'll get really scared in a game, and then I'll just go, well, if I die, I'll just load up a fucking save point. Like unless there's permadeath, like I kind of like I shuck that and I start playing with reckless abandon because like I'll just run into danger and be like, oh, that guy can't kill me. He's gonna hit me, and then I'm gonna be able to run away and dive and slide, and then I'll hide, and then I'll keep doing it. Because I think somehow Outlast has lost its mystique after last year watching the amazing games done quickly. Watching the guys like, all right, here comes this guy. He's gonna jump out. Boo! He scared me. Run over here. Do this. Let him hit me. Then I can run. And just like making it super mechanical and be like, yeah, none of this is really that scary anymore. But there are moments that still get you. Like neither of you made it this far, but when you get to the actual insane asylum and like you try to open one of the doors and they're locked. And you look like when you look down to the handle, there's no one in the window. But then when you look up, there's someone looking you in the face, and he's like, "Help me, help me!"
Yeah,
Just
fuck
like-
all that.
So I was like, "Oh shit, there's a guy right there." And there's like there's all sorts of neat little moments. It's a very good. The game is super tense. It hits all the hallmarks of horror
films.
dynamics.
Yep,
Well, truly, and this is, I think only my second horror game, I think. Obviously, I played Until Dawn, which we talked about on the podcast. But this one is a whole other level of what the fuck. The stress on this one versus the other one. And we were talking about it in the group text last night about like, you said welcome to horror dynamics, which I didn't even really think about until you kind of mentioned that. But the heavy breathing of your character alone drives me nuts.
Yeah, it stresses you the fuck out.
Oh my God, does it stress me the
And
fuck
like
out.
even being aware, like this is like the horror dynamics is just like for me, there's just still so much anxiety that the game is bringing out in me, especially playing in the dark.
Yeah,
and
that was your preface, Sarah, was turn the lights off,
Well, yeah,
turn the volume
sound
up, get it in. Like,
if I'm going to suffer, one of you is going to suffer with me.
The sound design in this game is so good. Like the sound design is the best part of this game because it's not
Agreed.
the graphics. The graphics are pretty weak,
Oh, yeah.
but like
yeah.
like the sound design is so awesome. Like to talk about a part we probably all got to, like when you get into the water and you're supposed to go check the generators and you're standing still in the water and you hear the water moving somewhere else in the room and you're like, oh, son of a bitch bastard, someone's in here with
That's
me.
where I quit. Where I got bludgeoned to death there.
I got stuck in the basement. So I played this on stream for an hour, and I got stuck in the basement because I found, what is it? It's like 3 generators, right? 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I basically found all of them except for one. But I was trying to figure out how I even got down there in the first place. Like I couldn't remember where I came from. And then I was basically just running around trying to hide from this guy. And then at some point where I quit was I was like hiding in this locker. I thought I was away from him. I thought he went away. And I opened the locker and he's just immediately in my face. And I was like, okay, I can't do this anymore. It's like, this is just too much.
It's two gas generators and then it's the breaker and then you have to hit the main thing.
Yeah.
Is what you have to do in that spot.
So yeah, I found everything
And
except for one.
One of the parts I love about Outlast is it's one of the few games where when you run away, you can hit the triggers to look behind you to see who's coming after you as you're running. It's such a lovely part, and it bums me out that you guys didn't get past that part because once you get to the asylum portion of the game, where like you're actually like around like all the crazies. There are like 2 guys who are constantly having a discussion about wanting to kill you who are stuck behind like barricaded walls, and they are full on nude complete uncircumcised dicks in your face at one point. Yeah, it's like, hey, guess what? Here's some dicks.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I can't play this full thing on stream. That's what you're saying. Like, that's what's going to get me banned from Twitch. I'm going to go back to Outlast, and then that's just going to be it. Some troll is going to report my channel.
I thought some pixelated uncircumcised dicks. Not to say that the dicks are the highlight, because those two guys are actually, their like banter is pretty funny, but they're like a Tweedledee Tweedledum kind of thing. But
Oh, nice.
you guys are just missing so much fun where you actually get to see like the guy who throws you over the balcony in the beginning.
Yeah.
That guy starts chasing
that
you
churchy
around.
motherfucker.
Well, no. The priest isn't the one who throws you over the balcony. The big dude who's
guy.
like,
Yeah. He breaks into that room and when I'm hiding in the locker and shit.
And chucks you over. And like the big dude starts chasing you, and it's great. It's just.
Well, I knew as soon as they introduced that mechanic of looking behind, I was like, oh, there's going to be a part where this comes into play. Like, I'm going to need to run from something down a long hallway, and I'll have to look back.
And it was actually like little things like that started amping up my anxiety again, where it was like,
yep.
Oh man, they're telling me this now, like something is about to happen.
Yep.
Or like just having to look down a long ass hallway with like two lights in it, and you're like, oh, there's doors everywhere.
I know how haunted mazes work.
Yeah, it's like there's just doors everywhere. There's just too many doors. And like one of the things I love about
creepy guy in the wheelchair.
Oh yeah. One of the things I love about
that dude.
Oh, the scare that happens out of the wheelchair is so good. It's so good.
I think all of them
it was
were.
definitely one of the times that I actually
jumped.
There are like it still gets me because there's times where I forget what scares are coming. I'm like, oh crap. But there's a couple times where it's like I ran and I hid and the guy found me in the locker and I was like, oh, fucking lame. You shouldn't see me. I'm not scared. I'm just mad. They're just like, no, that's not. You weren't even around. Like, you shouldn't know that I'm in here.
Right.
And then I have to keep running again. But like, oh, it's so good. It's still you get it till to the end of tomorroh. So if you're listening to this, well, actually, this won't.
Yeah, it'll be done by 9.
It's too late.
So you'll have to buy it.
If you're listening to this, it's too late.
But you know what? The people who are going to be listening to this are relatively faithful gamers, so they should be downloading these things just on principle.
And if they're not, this is the month that we start, talking about this month's free games. So we're kind of playing behind a little bit.
And, start downloading.
Yep. yes. But no, to that point, Adam, I holy shit, I tried to keep reminding myself this is a video game. You get a do-over, dude. Like, stop. But I had the headphones on and the lights were out, and all I hear is just this. And I'm just like, fucking stop. God damn it. It's okay.
Shit's spooky, bro.
Oh, man.
And like, how lovely is it was like when you pull the camcorder up,
Oh, yeah.
like the night vision noise.
Battery life goes way too quick as well.
Yeah.
For as many, as little as you're finding them.
Batteries.
For how much it relies on night vision and how not often you find batteries.
Yeah.
That's because you gotta flip in and out of night vision, baby. That's what you gotta do. You can't stay in it.
Well, right. So I kept forgetting this. I was just being negligent and just keeping that. I'm just walking around with night vision on.
Mind your batteries.
Yeah, I guess. But
they're gonna save your life one day.
Yep. When you end up in an abandoned haunted asylum.
With uncircumcised dick guys running around trying to kill you.
Damn it. Nobody wants that.
Clearly somebody had like a dream where they're just and they were in an asylum and they're like, oh my god, I had this nightmare. These guys, their uncircumcised dicks are chasing me around trying to kill me.
Make it a game.
That sounds like a great idea for a game. You're right. Let's get to work.
Let's get on it. Gary, you're writing. All right, cool.
Fucking just typewriter going nuts because they write games on a typewriter.
Oh, yo. So yeah, that was my other point that I wanted to mention with that. Not only did the gameplay get me involved and the audio was just enveloping, but I was actually reading all of these things that I kept getting as you find these documents and stuff, which kind of contributes to that level of anxiety and stress. And, you're buying into the lore of what's happening in this building and this asylum and shit and what's going on. So
Yeah,
At least that's what I got.
It's super well designed. It's great.
It truly is.
I think it's probably the winner of the month for me.
Out of the games, out of all the free games.
I mean, it's tough
Well,
to
you
say
didn't play
'cause-
stories, so.
Well, yeah,
I'm
I
just
mean-
saying.
Well, I mean, really, no matter how good Stories is, it's really hard to beat Burnout Paradise just on principle.
You're not wrong. You're super not wrong.
It's just hard to beat that game out on
It
principle
really is.
alone.
No matter, yes. And I think we'll just go ahead and do it right now. That is it. There's nothing better.
Done.
There really isn't.
Podcast over.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Yeah. But now that that's
man.
over, another one that I think we all played, Sleeping Dogs.
Yep. I started playing that.
Sleeping
Yes.
Dogs.
I'll get mine out of the way because I'm not a fan.
God, how did I describe it yesterday? I just described it to somebody as the.
I don't know, but you were in a knife fight. That's all I know.
This is gonna be like this may be a semi-questionable racist remark, but what did I said? I said it's the Asian version of GTA.
No, it is. It absolutely, and that's why I didn't buy in. I mean, that's not the reason. Not to say that, but I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's
what do you have
another
against Asians?
You heard
GTA.
it here first, folks. Nick will not
Nick
play an
hates
Asian
me.
protagonist Grand Theft Auto.
God damn it!
He will not do it. Stop making games with Asian leads. Nick won't play them.
Damn Asians.
But no, literally, I queued it up. I did my first mission, and then I got a second one, and I was just like, cool. I know what this game is. I'm done.
I'm actually enjoying
Oh
it
man,
overall.
don't do
Overall.
that, man. Because it's not like the whole Grand Theft Auto thing. Because you are a cop. Like you have to like walk the fine line. You can't just
Right.
go
More
around.
linear.
You go back and forth between playing cop and playing a part of like the triads.
because you have to do because you're in deep cover, and you're trying to like get into this crime into the
Right, the triads.
the triads, and take down their bosses higher and higher up the chain. So you have to keep doing these crimes, but at the same time, you're also doing police missions, and then there are like side errands that you can do for random
Yeah.
people in town.
You can also do karaoke. It's like, Guitar Hero. It's fine.
if you really like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row and Watch Dogs, then you really should give it the chance to get better. The only thing that really kind of sucks is the driving. Like that's the only thing that really kind of is like, it's just kind of like eh.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
driving sucks.
I always
I'm not
suck
used
at
to driving on
at
the
these
left
types
side
of
of the road.
games. But I will say, like sometimes some of the camera angles when you're driving drive me up the wall because they don't really go the way that you're kind of hoping, and then you're blocked by some weird other object and you can't see anything. So that drove me crazy, and then sometimes some of the controls when you're fighting don't actually work. Like you're hitting the block button, but it's not actually blocking. So, like Nick mentioned, the knife fight that I was doing, I took this side mission of trying to go through. I think like I had to like kill 30 people with knives, but they all had like poison knives. So if they hit me, my vision would blur each time.
Oh, that's not good.
I kept failing and trying at this mission over and over and over for 40 minutes before I was just like, you know what? It's probably not even worth it. I'm just gonna move on.
I have not had controller glitches like issues. Every time anyone comes at me, I just counter them. And I don't block anything. I just counter everybody. They throw something, I kick them in the knee, and then I smash their head through a phone booth or like grab a shutter door and smash their voice box. This game is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I will say like the combat moves are pretty awesome. Like there was one where I was like, I put a guy's head into a fan and there's just blood everywhere.
Yeah, it's the family's like ding 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 breaking. I was like, holy shit, this metal fan just smashed on this guy's face. This guy's face is gone.
It's gone. There goes his face.
He learned his lesson.
I mean, overall, I am enjoying it.
Let me ask you the question, Sarah. Now, the guy whose face you slammed into a fan, did he happen to steal your purse off of you when you were trying to help someone on an overpass? Because I chased a guy down on an overpass, and then he like cornered me on the roof with his buddies. I beat the shit out of all of them, and I smashed that guy's face into a fan.
Yeah, I think it was that one actually.
I was like, and then I tried to go find the girl who was part of it to be like, hey, your boyfriend's face is stuck inside this fan. But she was gone. I was like, oh, she already hightailed it, so I can't tell her that I beat the shit out of her boyfriend.
She doesn't care.
She is like, nope, I'm out of here. I can hear the screams from here. I don't want to be involved. I really like Sleeping Dogs.
Well, so
like
maybe I just have to do a bit of remapping on my controls. I just, after playing stories, it just didn't feel as quick. The combat didn't feel as quick and responsive.
I understand that, yeah.
Especially with the countering.
Yeah.
Because countering was huge in stories. So I was trying to counter in Sleeping Dogs, and it just wasn't happening quick.
Well, Sleeping Dogs has the
knife fight.
Sleeping Dogs has the same countering system as Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, but even still, is it same developer or same studio?
It's not. It's Rocksteady and Square Enix, so it's different. It's different people, but they have the exact same. Like the button layouts are the exact same. The counter button's the exact same. Like the way the counter works, like. Somebody could be like throwing a punch from like 15 feet away, and you press Y, and you do that Batman move where you flip,
you
fly
dive
across,
at them, catch
you
it,
fly across the room, catch their leg, and hit them. I was like, oh, countering is so silly in video games.
It really is.
I threw a punch across the room at something else. Well, I caught it from across the room.
Yep.
So
and now you're
don't
dead.
worry. Yeah, now I'm gonna slam you on the ground and punch you a couple times.
So the consensus is good on Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah. Good.
Other than myself just being bored with.
Do not let that sleeping dog lie.
Hey.
Oh, God, I hate you. Just don't get in the knife fight. Just don't do the knife fight mission and you'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm doing that knife fight mission. I'm going to tape it with my Snapchat specs, and I'm going to snap it out there and be like,
so dumb.
and be like, oh, Sarah, where were you not getting this mission done? I was over here styling my Snapchat specs on, making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I uninstalled it and reinstalled Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, which was free from I can't remember when, but I'm going to get back at that one.
Tomb Raider is mucho good.
Yes.
Yeah, I keep hearing that, so I was like, all right, it's about damn time I just plunged in, got my time with it.
It was definitely the improvement that they needed.
Yeah. But other than that, on the free games, was there anything else you guys played at all? I tried a short little hand at Lost Odyssey and was just like, cool. It's all right. I'm not in the mood for this right now.
Well, then you just get done spending like 290,000 hours in Final Fantasy 15.
I did,
I feel like when you spend like an eternity in a game and you like put it down, you should probably not play another one of those type of games for at least like a month.
Yeah,
because
you're
everything
not
else
wrong.
is just inherently, because the beginning of RPGs are never as satisfying as you want them to be. Because it's just like, enough with the tutorials, enough prompts, enough telling me how to do things. Just let me go.
Excellent point. Yes.
It's like I've been playing these for 25 years. Let me go.
I don't know. Everybody has their thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't hate on it because you're talking to somebody who every single year plays Call of Duty.
You do every single year play Call of Yes.
Well, I mean, it's fine to play games that are similar. I mean, I play every Dead Rising that comes out, and I love them, and they're never different. It's just like RPGs, specifically JRPGs, have this really fun way of like crippling the beginning of a game with tutorials and boring. That it's just like I've played all of these. I've played every single one of the games in this series. I've played them all. I know what we're going to do here. I know what we're doing next.
Yep.
Don't tell me that a Phoenix Down brings people back to life. I know.
I know this.
I know it. Like, so
I've been bringing people back to life for years.
whereas like a new Call of Duty is like maybe we move the grenade button. Maybe grenades just now it's left bumper instead of right bumper. That's as much of a tutorial as that's as much of a tutorial as you get where it's like, oh yeah, I've used fucking left bumper now. All right, go shoot that guy's face off. Call down a swarm of space bees to kill. I have no idea what's in Call of Duty.
At some point we did have space bees actually.
Oh yeah, there was space bees, wasn't there?
I forgot what they were called, but yeah, space bees.
They were called space bees.
Was that Advanced Warfare?
I mean, I think it was Advanced Warfare, and then I mean, even in Infinite Warfare, God, what is that?
The fucking Robo-Dog.
Well, there's the Robo-Dog, but then there's like this grenade thing that I keep calling a space crab.
Oh yeah, I remember those. I know what you're talking about.
I forgot what it's called, but space crab.
And I can't give much more information than just advocating you right now. Just yeah, I know that.
Yes,
thing,
space
legs.
crabs.
But yeah, I think that's it for the free games from or from December, at least, that we played and
Yeah.
downloaded and got a hold of. So that being said, this month for January's free games on PlayStation, right now you can go get Day of the Tentacle Remastered, which is also cross-buy on PS Vita. You can get This War of Mine, The Little Ones on PS4, Blaze Rush for PS3, The Swindle, which I downloaded, tried my hand at. I'll
Swindle's
maybe
tight.
get a little more time
What
in
is
there.
the Swindle?
It's
It's like a
theming game.
steampunk heist kind of thing.
Ooh.
It's tight.
Huh.
It is pretty cool. I need to invest a little more time in it. I'll have some opinions on the next show about the Swindle. But you can go download that on PS4, PS3, and cross-buy on PS Vita. Ascend 2, available only on PS Vita. Titan Souls on PS Vita, cross-buy on PS4. And then for Xbox, we've got World of Van Helsing Death Trap.
Garbage.
Which is available for the entire month of January. And Adam, what was that?
It's fucking garbage. I hate it. It's like I haven't been more angry in opening moments of a game in a long time.
Why?
Just
Yeah.
it's a tower. Like, see, the thing is, if you guys ever played like the Van Helsing games, like the World of Van Helsing 1 and 2
Never
and
played
3,
them.
they're like stories or Torchlight or Diablo,
Okay.
top-down isometric games. This is a tower defense game that runs incredibly, infuriatingly slow. It's so slow. It's just your character
How slow
when they
is
run.
it, Adam?
It's as slow and as tired as that particular kind of setup, Sarah.
I'm sorry, I
But-
had to.
Oh, it's totally. No one apologize for the podcast.
No one.
Whatever comes out is good.
Unapologetic.
It's there.
It's so bad. You guys make sure go download it. Don't take my word for it.
Go
This is not.
download it. Find
this
out
is-
how bad it
This
is.
is like a Reading Rainbow type moment. It's like don't take my word for it. This game fucking sucks hard. Just like make sure
I'm
you go
good.
try it.
I mean, either way, it just doesn't intrigue me. But the one that does, and what I'm waiting for, is Killer Instinct Season 2 Ultra Edition, which is available for the latter half of January. So come Tuesday, January 16th through February 15th, you'll have that available to download for free if you're an Xbox Gold subscriber. The Cave available from January 1st to the 15th, so that'll expire on Monday on both the 360 and the One. And then Rayman Origins is available from January 16th, which is this Tuesday, till the end of the month on 360 and Xbox One. So we'll be talking about those on the next show if we so choose to play any of those.
I'll be playing Rayman for sure.
Tight.
I feel like I
Sarah,
played that on
anything you're-
360.
Yeah.
I think. Unless I'm thinking of a different Rayman game, but
Yeah,
And I'll
I'm going to be
probably
grabbing
also-
Killer Instinct and Rayman.
Yeah, I'll probably sign in and then wail on you in Killer Instinct as well.
oh god, I'm
I'll probably-
so
Please do.
bad at
Bring
fighting
it.
games.
Bring it.
I'll probably log in, pick
I haven't played
TJ,
it since my teens.
pick TJ combo, and just blast you in the
Yes.
dome.
Bring it on.
Damn. Well,
Bring
you
it
guys,
on. I don't say that
you
like
guys
I'm
can
like
do that.
like I know I'm going to be good or something. I'm just saying like just yes, please. This is going to be fun.
I appreciate fighting games. I'm just really bad at them. I button
Yeah.
mash. You know.
Yeah, well, that's all you can do, and just hope for the best, and just try different combinations of
I
the
feel like a
D-pad.
lot of pro players would argue with you on that.
Yeah, well, this is true. Moving forward, in a bit of news, we got a Mass Effect release date this past week. So Mass Effect Andromeda will be coming out on March 21st. I think we're all pretty juiced about that.
Yes. I feel like I should
I-
replay
I can't wait.
this series.
I still haven't played, I think, 3. Yeah,
I
I
didn't
played 1 and
finish
2.
3.
3 I didn't play all the way through.
Like I
Well, this one
started
doesn't
to, I didn't
have-
finish.
This one doesn't have any like save import, does it?
No, this one won't.
'Cause you're not
I
Shepard
believe-
anymore.
Right, because it's the start of like a new trilogy or whatever. It's not confirmed, so I don't take that, don't hold me to that or anything.
You
I'm
heard it
gonna-
here first.
Right? Jeez.
I'm gonna.
Pitchfork Nation after me shortly. But no, also we got Microsoft and Platinum Games Studios Scalebound has been canceled, which is pretty fucking weird considering how much they showed of that game at E3s and conferences and all sorts of shit. It's just really weird, but it is what it is.
And with how cool of a concept it was, like Devil May Cry meets Last Guardian. Come on. That's
a little, yeah, no, I'll give that to you.
It's like, that's a sweet game.
Yep.
That's a sweet game. And it's Platinum's having trouble, man.
Platinum's having a lot of trouble.
Corporate studios, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know much about it. They still have Nier coming out in March, but that's in works with Square, so it's not solely on them. But yeah, they've been in some shit. Windows 10 is getting a gaming mode in its next update. I imagine, without many details around it, it'll probably just be something that tones down all the UI shit in there so that, you know, all the CPU and RAM and resources go towards applications in your gaming.
Oh, good. Maybe XSplit will stop yelling at me about how my CPU is being used too much when it really shouldn't be.
Well, then Microsoft will end up yelling at you because I believe the game mode is also going to include that service that they just bought because they bought Beam. Microsoft bought Beam.
Yeah, the streaming service, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Yeah. They'll be integrating that as well. But from what I've read, without the details, is it's just kind of the same way if you knew anything about PC for performance and was running Windows Vista or 7 or anything, you immediately go into the display settings and turn off all that glass arrow shit. Go back to Windows Classic mode and cut down on that performance. So.
Yep.
Aside from that, Titanfall 2 is getting a new multiplayer mode called Live Fire. I have yet to hop back into Titanfall 2 multiplayer since probably shortly after its release. I loved it a lot, and knowing that, I'm going to make more of a conscious effort to go back in. But that being said, Live Fire will be a 6-on-6 multiplayer game without Titans, so it's pilot only. According to the update, it's a best of 5 rounds mode without any respawns. Ooh. Teams win by eliminating the other side or by possessing a flag when the counter runs out. So it sounds like a mix of...
No respawns at all, or no respawn
No
per
respawn.
round?
It's and that's what it sounds. So I don't think it's... I don't know. It doesn't really say in what I'm reading here. And this is from Owen Good at Polygon. It's not detailed. It just says no, without any respawns. I would imagine that's per round.
Yeah.
Considering it's a best of 5, I can't imagine they keep you out for 5 rounds.
Like Search and Destroy in Call of Duty. Like I would imagine it would kind of play around like that, where it's like no respawns per round.
Right.
So if all of you die except for one person in your team, he's kind of the sole carrier.
Yep. Then I imagine that's where the flag comes in as well. So that sounds pretty cool. I'm looking a little bit forward to that.
Sounds pretty awesome. You know what we really should have for Titanfall, though? We should have a time-traveling team deathmatch mode. Where you're flipping through rifts and like, where is he? I don't know. He's back in time. Go kill him back in time.
Oh, my God.
Like 2 control points, one in the future, one in the past, and you got to flip back and forth between the 2 of them. You're welcome, EA. That's a free fucking game mode that I just gave you.
You talking to Respawn.
You give out enough free ideas on the podcast, man. You're really gonna just start giving them out here too?
And then Respawn and Infinity Ward can
there's another podcast. They can, time travel. It's like Portal with guns, baby.
No.
And that's it for the news on this one. So, as more topics for the Gamescast, I wanted to carry forward, given that we are freshly into the new year, and as every podcast has done up to this point, and I think I wanted to do this more of a giving time to, because Adam, you and I did this on the Best Flarking podcast, but it was kind of a spring of the moment, didn't really put much thought into it, just went after it. What was our game of the year 2016 at that time, how we were feeling about it. And I taxed tasked you guys with, coming up with your individual top 5 to 10 games of 2016. So Sarah, let's start with you.
Oh,
what were your top 5 or 10 games of 2016?
Well, first of all, here's something that was weird to me the other day because I was trying to think about this because I feel like overall I was kind of a bad gamer last year, where I really only stuck to like my usual FPS for the most part. And I realized, I was like, okay, what other games came out in 2016 other than, obviously Call of Duty, Battlefield, all that shit. I forgot that Overwatch's full release came out in 2016.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was in the beta for so long that I was like, wait, was that 2016 or 2015? So I guess like 2016, I would say Overwatch would be my favorite.
Just bottom line number one favorite game of the year.
Yeah. Bottom line, number one fave.
Any others?
I'm
that stood out.
I'm always gonna have a bias towards Call of Duty, for the most part. Yep. Unless it's Ghost, and then I will talk forever about how much I fucking hated Ghost. But you know me, I love my first-person shooters, and I love shooting everybody in the face and being the drop shot queen. I will say Modern Warfare Remastered was kind of a disappointment to me. And I don't know if it's because I got so used to the more futuristic playstyles of COD, and I'm just not used to not being able to double jump and do all this wall run and, dodge bullets easier and whatever.
Yeah.
But also it brought back a lot of really good and bad memories, right? The bad, of course, being like, oh man, if you look at maps now and maps back then were pretty much the same color. Like every map on Modern Warfare is brown, so you can't actually see shit.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there, 100%.
And I try I feel like I'm trying so hard to appreciate it, but I haven't quite gotten there yet.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
To each their own. You want the Fast and the Furious and the jetpacks and the future guns and
the space crabs,
space crabs and
space crabs.
Titanfall 2 was another one that I played a lot, at least multiplayer. I still haven't played single player, and I've been kind of yelling at myself about it. Yeah, because everybody tells me that it's really good, and I haven't done it yet. Like I said, I feel like I was kind of a bad gamer last year.
You are. Shame on you.
I know.
No, that's a terrible phrase. No shame.
Battlefield 1, it was okay. I like it better than the other Battlefields.
I feel like you really played that for a short amount of time and then was just done.
Well, yeah, Call of Duty came out. And this is something that I'm trying to, it's a bad habit that I do, and I'm trying to break out of it. Like, maybe that'll be my resolution for 2017, is to stop basically waiting until the new COD comes out and then just get completely derailed.
Yeah.
What else came out? Haven't played Final Fantasy yet. Haven't played Last Guardian. I did try... I think it came out last year. So I tried someone's PlayStation VR, and I went over to a friend's for Friendsgiving, and his roommate was just like, "Oh, you have to try the PlayStation VR, and all if you really like horror, you have to try all this horror stuff. It's gonna be super crazy." And when I did, I jumped out of my chair. So I tried Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, and
the roller coaster thing, right?
It's really fun, but it wasn't scary.
And, it's not Until Dawn.
Yeah, and then the other one that he was freaking out about was Kitchen, which is basically similar to PT, right? It's supposed to be very forgot what, I don't want to say Silent Hill, but it's supposed to be based on some other scary shit. But you're basically tied in this chair in a kitchen the whole time, and then this scary demon thing gets all in your face, and it's supposed to be spooky and scary noises and whatever, and jump out of your chair. No, I was not phased at all. And everyone was just they were recording me.
This girl?
Well, yeah, they were recording me, and they were expecting me to jump out, and haha, it'd be this funny video. I did not move at all, and the entire audio, I'm just oh yeah, that's cool, I guess.
Joke's on you, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if PlayStation VR is quite there yet.
That's what I hear, kind
Yeah.
of.
I'm still all about the
Like, it's cool. If you want to be on the
HTC
bleeding
Vive.
edge of things, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't play Inside. I want to, though.
Really?
I know.
Did you play Limbo?
I've played Limbo, and that's what everyone was telling me, like, why
You
I should
need
play
to
it.
play in. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what you're thinking.
I know. What else came out? Uncharted 4. Haven't played that. But
It's real out here.
Okay, here's my defense about not playing Uncharted 4 is up until recently I did not have a PlayStation of my own. So I never
You had
played
one before I did.
Uncharted 1 to 3. So when I finally got a PlayStation, I got the bundle that came with all 3 games, and I'm trying to like play through all of them before playing 4.
Okay.
Even though I know
See,
like everybody tells me like you don't have to, but I feel like I should.
I felt that way for a little bit, and I bought the one that came with Uncharted 4, so I just hopped right in. But I did teeter on that for a moment, and I was like, "Yo, Nathan Drake collection, or do I just go right in? What do I do?" I just went right in.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, that's my list
cool.
of how I was a bad gamer last year.
Of how I owe video games a lot more.
You know, I pretty much just played shooters.
No,
Big
it's all good.
surprise.
I think that's what makes this and what will make this Gamescast a great dynamic. All 3 of us play very different games. We are dedicated to a lot of different style of games. And that'll lend itself well to great discussions in the future and stuff like that. So, Dunners, what could you elaborate on? Given that we had talked a little bit about it on the podcast.
Well, I mean, now I have a full on like
hit
list.
me, baby, hit me.
I have a full on list.
Let's go
now. All right, we'll just start at 11 because I have 11 of them. I gave one honorable
okay.
mention.
You gave a 1 extra. So honorable mention.
The honorable
we should
mention
say.
goes to Darkest Dungeon, which that game is awesome. I forgot about it for a while, and I forgot about how like much fun of a dungeon crawler it is with all its psychological components of like as you dive deeper into the dungeon, you see more horrific things. Your characters get negative traits like they're a coward, so they want to run. They don't want to actually fight. They get
that sounds pretty cool.
like fear, and they run to the back line, pushing your healer forward. And your healer becomes like a sadist and like wants to like hurt your own players as opposed to helping them. It's just a really neat concept, and I really liked it. And I couldn't give it a spot in the top 10 because I had forgotten, so I can't say that I liked it as much as I liked the other games, but it definitely bears mentioning. And I also want to put a caveat in here. I know that everyone loves Stardew Valley this year. I have yet to play it, so I acknowledge that it's, according to everyone on Earth, one of the best games that came out in 2016.
I started playing it.
But I have not played it, so I can't include it on my list.
There's a lot of games I haven't played. Yeah.
Number 10, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. These games are some of the best fucking shooter games,
love these games
ever. They're just
love them.
They're just like the most fun there is, man. There's just something awesome about being these goofy cartoon characters and just laying waste to people and hearing people be like, "Oh, you fucking piece of shit!" Like
just mad as hell.
Like the setting and like the voices coming over like the Xbox Live are just dudes that are my age. Like, you're a fucking cunt for using that character. And it's just like, wow, this is not at all who this game was for.
Wow.
But it found its audience anyways.
I suppose so.
I do love it. I love playing the game modes and getting gold to buy cards, which give you new skins for your characters and new abilities. Very, very, very fun game. Number 9 is kind of a cheat because 2 of them are my favorite games of all time, and the third one is a great game. The BioShock collection that came out this year is probably the greatest collection of games that has ever come out ever. BioShock 1 and 2 are in my top 5 greatest games ever. I love them both so very much. that they get a spot on the 2016 list, even though they're fucking re-releases.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so that should be known that there was no criteria for this whatsoever.
So,
it just basically what came out this past year.
Number 8, Gears of War 4. The storyline in Gears of War 4 is so good and so awesome, and just everything you want from a Gears game, especially after watching them switch companies and Microsoft buying them, going from Epic to the Coalition. So everything about Gears 4 was super dope. New weapons, the return of the Locusts, all that awesome stuff. I loved it. Loved every minute of it. Up to and including helicopter arm.
Woo!
What?
Oh yeah, helicopter arms.
Spoiler alert, Sarah. Later in the game, you drive a giant mech and you punch a helicopter and get a helicopter for an arm.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
Gears like exponentialized, like if that's a word. But
You might as well just call it Titan Gears at that point.
Titan Gears.
All right.
Because you basically hop in a Titan and then you're using houses for cover instead of like your normal kind of. It's
So
you need
good.
to play it.
It's so good. Number 7, another remake or re-release rather, the HD port of Odin Sphere.
Ooh,
Is my number 7. Such a fantastically beautiful game and so much fun. Side-scrolling RPG. Just, if you own a PS4, you should own it. It's so good.
so I should buy it or should I wait to borrow it?
When I'm done
from
with it, you
you
can take
Okay.
it from me,
All
and
right.
so on and so forth. Number 6, Dishonored 2. It's Dishonored, but a whole lot more of it. That's just really, that's all you can say about it. Is like, it's more. It's just
So
like,
it's TOO?
yeah.
Hey.
Ooh, it's 2 and 2. Number 5, the amazing storytelling of Firewatch.
Yes.
There's really nothing like it that came out this year. Now other people are, well, there's plenty of walking simulators. I'm like, yeah, but none of them are this good.
no.
None of them are that good.
Or have the voice acting.
Yeah, it's true. Number 4, XCOM 2. That's right. It got a top 5 spot coming in, being released all the way out in February of this year. It weathered the storm and made it all the way into the top 5. XCOM's such a great game. Everything about it is amazing. And the ability to, mod it in there and make your friends the soldiers in your army. So it's just like, Sarah Dope died. She died out of the battlefield.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe I let it happen. She's my friend. And you're like, all right, well, I'll get somebody else now. I'll recruit somebody new. Number 3, Enter the Gungeon, which I would love to give number 1. It would be number 1 if you looked at it purely on playtime. I have like 300 plus hours in it. But since you don't track time in my number 2 game, I can't say if I played that game more than I've played Gungeon. And number 2 was my previous number 1, Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because Overwatch is good. You don't need to.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I don't
Yeah.
need to talk about
Yeah.
why it's
I
good.
don't-
Everyone,
Yeah, I don't think anybody listening is going to argue that.
yeah.
That
Am
has
I
played Overwatch.
And my number 1 game of the year, it took some soul searching, but my number 1 game of this year is the return of Doom. Doom is the best game that came out this year.
Yes, it is.
Far and away the best game that's come out this year.
Yes, it fucking is.
I don't want to say anything else. I'm just going to say
It'll play into
best.
my
Yeah.
list as well. But yeah.
Yep.
Trying to breathe water over here like some kind of
Jeez.
fish man.
What's going on?
Edit that out.
Oh.
All right, your turn, big guy.
Yeah. So my top 10, and I'm glad we kind of took this time to get a 10, a list ready, because I really did want to talk about these, or give more than just what we thought was a top game of the year, like we did quick on the podcast. But starting at number 10 for my top games of 2016 is Pokemon Go. I took a little more things into what I considered a top game of the year, and the impact that game made for as short amount of time that it did. is you can't not recognize it. I played it, I think, just nonstop while I went on a little employment hiatus, and I just think it's insane for a mobile game to come out at the time that it did, make the impact that it did, and still kind of be around. Still, I mean, there's a lot of hardcore Pokemon Go players still playing that game.
There were a lot of people that I didn't think would get into it at all who are super into it. Like people at my work where they'd be like, "Oh, Sarah, you want to join us for lunch?" "Oh, yes, of course. I love food. Let's go on a lunch break." Figured, "Oh, we're just going to walk down to Giordano's. It'll be maybe 20 minutes tops." And this turns into an hour-long thing because on the way, they're busy looking for Pokemon.
Yep. So there's no denying that game's impact on our culture. I mean, just not even game culture, but just gamers, people who I knew who weren't gamers started playing that game on their phones. So I have to give it a nod at number 10. Not only because I played it, but because so many people I know and who I knew who aren't gamers were playing that game. Number 9 for me was Batman Telltale series. What an incredible series.
Yes. I forgot
Episodes, their own little spin on Batman lore. Everything in there. I mean, granted, it had its issues in episode 5, but it, as a whole, I think it made a huge impact for me this year. It was my first Telltale series. I haven't played any of the Walking Dead ones.
Oh yeah, play Walking Dead.
Okay,
And play Wolf Among Us as well. That one was really good.
Will do. But it has me looking forward to the Guardians one.
Yes.
That they're coming out with in 2017 here. So number 8, Firewatch. As Adam said, it's just incredible. There are things in that game that I've never really experienced in a game before. It's almost a non-game if you're really looking at it, because there's no real puzzles or anything. There's no real way to fail at that game. So I think that's definitely interesting. Number 7, The Witness. Puzzle games, missed all over again. Felt just intriguing as fuck. Every time I'd figure out a new zone and the laser would pop up, I just wanted to know more. What was going on this island? Why are there all these stone statues? What's going on with all these puzzles, these video breaks, all these different things happening in this game? What just this entire island, what's going on here? The intrigue there was just unparalleled. Titanfall 2, my number 6. So fun. Multiplayer. Campaign was awesome, but the multiplayer is just... I played Infinite Warfare on the beta. Haven't played the final game, but Titanfall 2 blows everything away for me for first-person shooters on multiplayer, except for Overwatch. But yeah. Number 5, Ratchet and Clank. Did either of you play that?
No, I haven't.
I didn't play the newest one that did come out. I mean, I played them before, and I played Jack and Daxter, and I technically, you would say I played it on Xbox since I played all the way through ReCore. So
sure. Dude, seriously, it's like playing a goddamn Pixar movie. It's fucking incredible. I haven't had that much fun since probably I was 7 years old playing the first Mario. Like, it was just so much fun.
I liked the movie that came along with it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It just popped on Netflix, I think, didn't it?
I don't know. I have it. I was like, oh, kids movie. I got a kid. I'm by the kids movie.
I got a kid. Number 5, Ratchet and Clank. Number 4, and this is where I'm tweaking my ranking a little bit based on what I had said in the podcast prior. But number 4 is Uncharted 4 for me. That campaign was just awesome. Diving into it for the first time, meeting Nathan Drake, knowing Nathan Drake, and everything that he does there was just so much fun. It's like playing a fucking blockbuster movie. It's just incredible. Number 3, Inside. That game was just mind-boggling. The puzzles were perfect. Never did I feel at a point where I couldn't get past something. It was really rewarding, and kept you moving forward in it, even though it's, probably like a 3 to 5 hour game. It's just ton of fun, ton of intrigue. The ending is just leaves you wide open to wonder what was really going on. Number 2, Overwatch, as we said, just what is there to be said that hasn't been said? Nothing. It really isn't. I mean, you can't.
I'm laughing because it literally is like Overwatch next.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Next. And this is what I wanted to mention.
I feel like you already know and you already get it.
You do, yeah. You do, yes. You either do or you don't. It's that cut and dry.
There is no in between.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes, Nick.
But number 1, again, just like you done, Doom.
Heavy
Doom,
metal
Doom, and Doom.
gloriousness.
The fucking game shouldn't have been as good as it is, and I'm so glad it is good as it is. Yep.
Just like, I'm killing everything.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna die.
It's fucking glorious.
And I don't think there's, you know what? You talk about how good Titanfall's combat is fluidly. It's amazing. But there is nothing, no game on earth has anything on what Doom does with like shotgun, boom, jump, turn, boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm killing everyone in my path. Woo! It's so visceral too. Just like everything about it, like punching someone's jaw through the back of their head.
Yep. Just the mechanics of what to do in what situation. So like, I need more health. I'm going to do this type of kill to get that health. Boom, now I'm going to switch to this weapon because I need more fuel for the chainsaw. Boom, do that. Oh, I need more ammo for this. Boom, I'm going to do this type of kill. Just, it's an amazing, it shouldn't be this good.
Doom is so good that us talking about it right now makes me want to open it up on Steam and play it.
You should. Just stop recording, right? Just leave. Now. Go.
All right, I'm out.
Or just record your reactions while we talk about other shit. It's fine.
Woo! Like, Adam, what do you think about this? Yeah! We lost him. He's just playing Doom now.
He's gone. Oh, man. But yeah, Doom, I think... And I think collectively, we would all agree. Sarah, you haven't played Doom, and I would love to give Doom Game of the Year collectively, but I think we would all agree that Overwatch is kind of Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah. The worst part is I tried repeatedly to get Sarah to play Doom.
I know,
every time it went on sale, I was like, Sarah, it's
really?
$1 right now. Go get it.
It was not ever $1.
Sarah, they're selling it for $1.
I think the lowest has been like $20. I know.
If you download Doom, they will send you a check for $30 right now. I'm not getting it. I don't want to play that game.
Times are tough. Sometimes financial times are tough.
It's an amazing game. It really is. Especially with the
I used to play when I was a
to,
kid, though, like the old Doom.
So, and that's why you should want to play this. I can't preach that enough. Like,
I know.
It evokes every emotion that you felt playing those games.
And it has no right to be as good as it is. Like,
exactly.
It's the weirdest thing about it is, like, it's a Doom game that knows it's a Doom game. Like, it's weird because it's like, oh, a self-referential Doom game? That sounds terrible. But it's not. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so unbelievably good. It's just amazing.
And am I wrong in saying that it found its own lore in a sense? Like, they made something that was like that you read on these pages in Doom 1 and Doom 2, at the end of the game, that kind of lent itself to this what's going on in the game, the story. This one, however, just grabs it full on and is like dives right in with this robot dude who you're kind of taking orders from in a way, but the story of it and the lore was just like was something that I was fully into from the very beginning of the game. When you wake up on this slab and just go on and grab your Doomslayer suit.
Though you waking up in like the sarcophagus and just getting down to kicking ass almost immediately. It's so much fun, and like the fact that the robot is a doctor is I don't know why, but I think it's amazing that there's he's the foremost doctor in all of this. I'm like, oh, he's a robot. That's kind of funny. It's like it's so good.
The first 10 to 15 minutes of that game is one of the best moments in video gaming that I have experienced in a long, long time. From waking up on that slab of rock to smashing a zombie's face in on it, to going to seeing my Doomslayer suit, putting it on, to walking down the hallway and just that shotgun cock. And then you walk into where that big thing is in the middle of the room that is spawning all the demons, and you tear its eye out, and then the fucking metal starts in, just and you're just it's just full on, just 150% from there forward, like just.
If I had to give it like a one-word review of Doom, it's just fuck. That's what the review for Doom is. It's just like everything about it is like, I hate metal, but I'll tell you where I love metal. In Doom. I can't get enough metal in Doom. I'm just like, it's like when you get to a point where you're done in the big combat section, the metal goes away. I'm like, oh, lame. The fighting's over. Bring the metal back. Bring the metal back.
Please.
Oh my goodness, Sarah, you've done us all a great disservice by not getting Doom.
I know.
You really do need to play that game.
One day.
You really do.
Doom.
So that being said, 2016 has been great for gaming. It has just been awesome, especially for shooters. My God. 2016 has been the year for shooters. But looking forward to 2017. Another thing that I tasked you guys with was to kind of come up with your most anticipated games for 2017. And coming off of my best of, I'll just hop right into my most anticipated 2017. Number 10, Destiny 2, because I don't know if it really is coming out in 2017 or not.
Wishful thinking.
But I hope it does. From what we know, from the little that we know, I'm just hoping, praying they fix everything. Done. I hear it. I know it. You're soft. You're quiet, laughing. Just. Since the beginning of this podcast, we know how I feel about Destiny.
To make room for Call of Duty.
But
you're like, you and Destiny are like, you're like a battered woman with,
dude, it's Stockholm syndrome
with Destiny. You're like, oh, it'll change. It'll change. You'll get better. And it's like, you're
never
gonna change, Nick.
It'll get better. They'll learn. It's okay. Bungie can change.
Yeah, they're never gonna learn.
Number 9 for me is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Very much looking forward to that, not only as a Resident Evil game, but also just in the horror genre. Loved everything of the demos they put out. Very much looking forward to that one. Number 8, Ni no Kuni 2. I never played the original Ni no Kuni, but looking at PSX and what they introduced for the second one, it looks goddamn beautiful. And hearing what people have said about the first one, I can't wait for them to improve on it. It seems a little bit silly being my number 8 before 2 other games that I have actually played, but this one, just its visual and the systems behind it had me a little more gassed up than the other 2. Number 7, Telltale's Guardians of the Galaxy. Cannot fucking wait to play that one. It's gonna be, I hope, amazing. If not, they are never going to hear the end of it from me. It's going to be a very personal experience, as you guys know. I don't know anybody who loves Guardians as much as I do, other than Sarah, our mutual friend, Di.
You should meet my friend Nick.
I am Nick. What do you mean?
My other friend, Nick.
I won't say that I love Guardians as much as you, but I most certainly love Rocket by himself.
Yeah.
As much as you love the team.
Number 6, I'm very much looking forward to seeing Prey. The ability to change into any inanimate object in that game has me utterly just intrigued as to how those mechanics will work. It seems just super awesome. But
I can't wait to
Wolf
kill someone as like a
as a
thumbtack.
teacup or a
Yeah.
thumbtack.
Just
Thumbtack to the temple.
like, or no,
Bye.
they're like talking, and I fling myself into their mouth and get down into their stomach and just poke
Oh,
around
God.
in there.
Oh God!
I've got
Terrible.
plans.
Wow, sounds like it.
Thinking
Number
ahead.
5, and I played the demo, and it's just the combat is amazing. Near Automata looks and feels amazing. Can't wait to play that one.
Butt
Number
zips.
4, what?
Butt zips.
Yeah, butt zips. Yep, last episode, butt zips. Butt zips.
Butt zips.
Number 4, Persona 5. I haven't played a Persona, but my God, does that game look beautiful. And it's RPG, and it's anime, and it's everything that I love in a game. Can't wait. Number 3, Mass Effect Andromeda. I really don't need to say shit. I think that's near the top of everybody's list. It looks awesome. Number 2, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
Also
which
agree with
is
that.
strangely ironic because I am all against the Switch right now, except for that game. That game is the only thing that I am just loving coming from Nintendo right now.
Yeah,
And
right.
number 1, most anticipated in 2017 for me, is what I think is going to be the newest and greatest and bestest IP for Sony, and that is Horizon Zero Dawn. I cannot fucking wait to play that game. Give me all of it right now, please.
It looks good. It looks really good. But I gotta call BS on you, man. You're
Okay.
telling me you don't want to have Mario Kart 8 at your disposal everywhere, full scale, all characters, new tracks, all everything in revamped battle mode for the Switch.
But wouldn't you
don't
want a new Mario Kart?
I'd rather
not
have
new.
8 reworked with all that extra stuff in there because I never played the Zelda tracks, the Animal Crossing tracks. I really miss Dry Bones not being in the game. I love that they brought King Boo back. I don't really care that the Splatoon characters are in there, but I think Splatoon's a super dope game. But like, I think that Zelda is obviously a system mover. Like that's just people are going to buy
That's
it
what's going to
because
sell consoles. Yeah.
but that's let's not mince. There's a reason why it's at the top of everyone's list. It's gonna. They knew
Yeah.
they didn't even have to have a strong launch lineup. They're like, we don't have to have a Mario game with this fucker because we got Zelda.
And everything else can come out way later. Just, hey,
it's a
Zelda.
bit arrogant of them, I think, but
So I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Is it me? Am I?
It's-
Since I'm because
yeah.
like it went Sarah to me to
To,
Nick.
yeah,
now
go.
Nick to me to Sarah.
Yeah.
All right. My
Go
list.
in.
I have honorable
Do it.
mentions again. I have a bunch of honorable mentions this time around. I'm not going to go into any of them. I'm just going to say what they are because there's
Just what they
there's
are,
like
yep.
8 of them. So,
Sure.
Ukulele, Spider-Man, Sea of Thieves, Nier Automata, Ni no Kuni 2, Resident Evil 7, and For Honor and Prey are
Wait,
my
is Sea of
honorable
Thieves
mentions.
actually supposed to come out?
That's this year.
that one and Spider-Man I was wondering about. I
Those are
don't
both-
think
those are-
Spidey's
Yes.
coming out this year.
Those are both slated this year, so I'm anticipating them
Okay.
this year. Now, granted, they're like a quarter end the year, so like Q4, Q3. So obviously, those are pretty normal for them to slide. But for the parameters of this exercise, they still fit. So those are my honorable mentions. Number 10, Outlast 2. Come on. The game's
Sure,
scary.
But yes. I have to play through the first one.
Guaranteed to make you pee your pants way more than Resident Evil 7. Like,
No.
Resident Evil 7, if you want to be able to fight back, that's your game. If you want to be scared, Outlast 2 is what you're looking for. Number 9, God of War. Come on, Reed, where was your God of War? Number 8, Last of Us 2.
That's not coming out this year. What the fuck drug are you on?
I
That's
still
this-
need
that's
to
this
play the
year.
first one.
That's
No.
this year. That's
Are
listed
you
as this
out of
year.
your mind?
They first.
You think that's coming out in 2017?
that is what they're slated for.
Oh
Fight,
my, no,
fight.
they're not. You keep on keeping on, brother. Just
That's what it's slated for.
no.
That's what it's slated
No,
for.
it's not. Where did you read this?
On Forbes and on Games Radar.
Because Forbes is somebody I trust for games news.
Well, I mean, they're a financial analyst, and something as big as Last of Us 2, as far as moving the needle would go, that would be very important
There's
to
no
report on.
way.
Anyways,
bro, you know this.
7, South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Number 6, Crackdown 3. Number 5, Cuphead. Number 4,
Crackdown 3.
yeah. I love Crackdown. I've loved
We
that
haven't
series.
seen anything on it though.
They showed the trailer for it at two Games Awards ago.
Interesting.
Number 5, the perpetually sliding Cuphead, which is supposed to be out, a year and a half ago now?
Yeah.
I feel like that's, long time coming.
And then number 4 is Horizon Zero Dawn, because it looks neat, but another red-haired lady protagonist that's going to get one game and then never, ever get another game ever. This is what they're going to do. Just like they did with, the Blades game on PS3, the one that I can't even remember their name, the one that got a movie and one game, and then they were done with it, even though the game was fantastic. Number 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild, because Zelda.
Right.
Number 2, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which comes out in December of this year for sure.
I bet it gets pushed.
And
what does
number
Forbes
1,
have to say?
Number 1, the most
Right?
likely.
What does Forbes say on Marvel vs. Capcom?
Well, I'm just saying that if you want to go into it on the Last of Us thing, the Last of Us 2, they actually did a tease of it 18 months ago. So they've been clearly working on it for a while in secret. That still that showed the original cabin with the guitar and everything, that was leaked 18 months ago before they even showed the trailer a year later. So they clearly have been working on it. But number 1, and what I think is most likely to get pushed out of this year, because Rockstar loves to do it, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
So that's my list.
Okay. All right.
Interesting list.
I thought so.
Yours is like I think yours is constructed to provoke a certain thing out of me.
No, these are the games that I want.
Just to
These are the games that I want to play the most. Like that's just like I love.
So is that what you took into criteria when making your list? Is what you want to play the most, or what you could kind of consider definitively as coming out this year? Because maybe we all maybe went into this list a little bit differently.
When I went through it and I looked at it, and I looked at games that are projected for this year, and I was like, do I want to play that one? Yes, I do. No, I do not. And that was my only criteria for it. It was like whether or not I want to play them. And, there'll be plenty of them along the way that show up that, that come out of nowhere, like your Stardew Valleys and your Five Nights at Freddy's that are just like out of nowhere. The game's like to play.
Right.
But that was the criteria for my list was, do I want to play it? Is it listed for this year? All right. So that's what I went with.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's just a couple for me personally that I don't think are going to even come near a 2017 release date.
Well, you can personally strike them from the record then if you like.
Oh wow.
But I mean, if you get to include Destiny 2, then I can include Last of Us 2.
This is true. You're not wrong. You are not wrong on that, especially with that and those two, considering them, how little information has been shared on them. But
you guys are a lot more organized with your list. My list are, oh yes, this sounds nice. And then there is one game that I am looking forward to the most, and it is surprisingly Well, for me, surprisingly, not Call of Duty. I will get to that in a bit. So, Mass Effect, Sea of Thieves, now that I am aware that this is supposedly coming out this year. Red Dead 2, if it comes out this year. Guardians Telltale. The new Walking Dead Telltale. It's rumored that maybe we'll see a Wolf Among Us Season 2, but I'm thinking we probably won't if they're already putting out Guardians and Walking Dead.
That's another Telltales, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been waiting for Season 2 of Wolf Among Us for, 2 years now? I think it's been 2 years.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Legend of Zelda, of course. I'm interested on the rumor of what the next Call of Duty will be. Supposedly, they're going to go back and not, get rid of all the space shit. But all of that being said...
Yeah, I'm hearing World War II.
Yeah. All of that being said, I think right now my most highly anticipated game that is coming out, quote-unquote, soon of early 2017 would be Friday the 13th.
I totally forgot all about it.
I played the beta a whole bunch as soon as I got a code for it. And I fucking loved it. And I missed it as soon as it went offline. I've been missing it ever since.
So is it super close to, what was the game we were all trying to play over Halloween?
Dead by Daylight?
There we go.
So
Dead by Daylight.
The general concept is the same, right? You're either playing
somebody plays Jason.
Yeah, somebody's playing a serial killer, and then
Yep.
the rest of you are survivors. In Dead by Daylight, there's smaller maps, and basically the survivors are trying to fix a handful of generators to open up a door, and you all run through the map, right? Or run through the exit of the map. In Friday the 13th, one person plays Jason, the rest of you are camp counselors. It's a much larger map, and rather than trying to go around and fix generators, there's 4 different ways that you can handle this. You can either try to survive and wait it out for 20 minutes before the match ends, or you can go around trying to find different car parts to fix the car, and then you drive away from the map. But if you can't just run Jason over, because it's like hitting a brick wall. He will make the car just dead stop. Or you find the phone and call the cops, but even then, it takes 5 minutes for the cops to show up, and you still have to figure out which exit of the map that the cops are at, and then still be able to escape from Jason. Or the 4th way, and I don't think anybody has actually figured out how to, you kill Jason.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know you killed Jason.
Do you, though?
I mean, I won't.
Because there's a lot of
Oh my God,
rumors.
Jason X is so good. God, Jason X is such a good movie. That is not an irony, not irony good. Jason X is just, if you like horror movies, you should love Jason X. Everything about it is so good.
I agree.
It's just dunking the girl's head into the freezing tank, and then smashing her head on the counter, and then just all the he's been upgraded. Of course they shoot him into the room with the nanobots that make him into a super Jason. Of course you did. So very lovely.
So then on Friday the 13th, different camp counselors that you pick have different traits and characteristics. Some of them are going to have more stamina than the others. Some of them will have the ability to remain calm better than others. And then it's kind of a similar thing with the different Jasons that you can pick. So basically, they have every Jason that they have the rights to in there. And, some will move a little faster than the others. Some can move faster in water. So yeah, it's very similar to Dead by Daylight, but just a little more complex and a little more difficult to play, but in a good way.
So that must be, and then they have Friday the 13th 1 through 8, because New Line Cinema bought the rights to it when it was Jason Goes to Hell and Freddy vs. Jason and Jason X.
So they can't have the one from Freddy vs. Jason.
Right. And they shouldn't be able to have the one from Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, I don't
Jason
think they have
X.
that one.
I think they have to stop at Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
Is where they have to stop, because that's where Paramount originally owned the rights.
Yep.
I love horror movies. Sarah, when you first said there was like, in Dead by Daylight, you have to start a bunch of generators and run through a door. And it's like, in Friday the 13th, your counselors, I'm like, oh God, please tell me it's that they have to sleep with each other and do drugs to get away. Please tell me it's the crux of all Friday the 13th. Before the game can even start, someone has to sleep with someone else, and then Jason will come around it. and that's how it works. I'm like, that would have been truly priceless.
Not quite.
To have it be like the way that those movies actually work out.
Yeah.
It would be hilarious.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, and Friday the 13th, game sound is also like within proximity, like as far as voice chat. So, I mean, unless you're, cheating and you're a bunch of friends playing over, say, Discord or TeamSpeak. But if you use game chat, it's basically you can only be able to hear your teammates if they're a certain amount of feet away from you.
That's cool.
That's rad.
And the same thing goes for Jason too. It's like he will be able to hear you within a certain proximity.
Answer me this as well. When Jason's around, does it go?
Yes. Yep.
That's so awesome.
And the music gets a little
Really?
more. Yeah, and the music gets a little more intense too. Like you will be able to tell when he's around, and then when because Jason, he moves very slowly, right?
Very.
He does have the ability to kind of
Not as slow as Michael Myers, but
well, yeah, but he's still. They're gonna have to. They would have to do something for it to be fair for whoever is playing Jason, and so he's able to transport to different parts of the map. It's kind of like a cooldown factor, right? So he uses this ability to transport to a certain part of the map, and he'll pull up a map. He won't be able to necessarily see where you are. Like he can kind of guess, like, oh, this cabin is usually popular. Like let me transport over there, and then I think it's like an 8-second cooldown or something before he can do it again. And then he also has another ability to. It's almost like heat vision, where you press this ability and he's able to see like kind of like a cabin will show up red of like, okay, there's somebody in there. So then if you use that and then you pull up the map and then you transport over there, it just moves you across the map a little faster. And then from there you kind of have to figure out, okay, where exactly in this cabin are you? And then, the camp counselor is running away from you as fast as they can. It's really fun.
I want to play this game.
yeah.
I very much so want to play this.
This one in Paladins.
They haven't set an exact date. They just know that they want to get it out as soon as possible, 2017. But they also, of course, they want to make sure that it's a completed game.
Who's the developer on this one?
I forgot what they're called. But one of them follows me on Twitter.
Oh.
I just forgot the studio name.
You know who follows me on Twitter? Sarah Dope does. So that means I'm better than that guy.
Yep.
Gun Media.
Gun Media.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it coming out. It's a lot of fun.
I'm so jelly that you got to play it.
No, I have been a little bit too, and because seeing Sarah play it and knowing what we were talking about and trying to do on the
Dead by Daylight.
Extra Life,
Yeah.
what we were trying to do for Extra Life, with Dead by Daylight, and seeing this now, I'm just like, yes, I'm totally with this type of game. Please give me more.
Yeah, I would say it's harder to play than Dead by Daylight, but like I said, in a very good way. Like it's more challenging, I should say.
How long do you think until we get a Michael Myers version?
Well, Michael Myers is in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Is he?
So Dead by Daylight, that was a DLC, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I know that.
Fuck.
Like somebody had asked one of them if they would consider putting DLC in Friday the 13th of like other horror characters, and they said that if they ever got the rights to do it, they would rather make its own standalone game and kind of highlight each killer.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Like
I'm
a Nightmare on
super
Elm
with
Street
that.
game, they'd have my money
That's what I'm saying.
instantly. Instantly, they'd have my money.
Or
Done
even
if anybody,
like
we know that. If anybody makes a Nightmare on Elm Street, they instantly have your money.
yeah. But even going back to Freddy, like, you know, if they could get the rights to do it, have a Freddy DLC for Friday the 13th, right? So you have like Freddy versus Jason. But what if they're either like working together, so you have, you know, if you're the killer, you have a teammate, or maybe it's 1v1 v however many counselors you have.
Yeah. I'm just on my own world now thinking about this Nightmare on Elm Street game. I want this Nightmare on Elm Street game so bad. I was just like, yeah, if they could get the characters to make their own standalone game, it's like, yeah, you could totally be Freddy and invade people's dreams and take them out. Oh my God, you could crush them like a cockroach. This would be awesome. It would be so good. Freddy's would, if you did a Nightmare on Elm Street game, I don't think anyone could get to be Freddy though. It'd have to be just some kind of AI thing being
Like
Freddy.
you're trying to survive the dreams.
Yeah, because it's just like, I mean, looking at the breadth of those movies where it's just like, well, he can do anything. It doesn't really feel like it'd be
Anything.
fair.
It would have to be Dream Warriors.
Oh, don't even get me started, Reach. It would be so good. The greatest movie of all time, Dream
All
Warriors,
time.
made into a game? Oh, my God.
It would have to be Dream Warriors. You know it would.
My whole life is Dream Warriors, the game. I don't know what that means, but that's
I don't know.
to borrow a line from Sean himself. I don't know what that means, but I know that I mean it.
Well, there
So,
you go.
That's fantastic.
oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
So to close out, those are our most looked forward to
Yes.
games of 2017.
Yeah.
We hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode of the Best Flarking Gamescast. As always, this show is all about the awesome games and the free games that come every month with the services that we pay for. And we love it when you guys share your experiences with those same games as well. So hit up the Best Flarking Games, the Best Flarking Facebook group. Everything is the Best Flarking, so it's a little bit hard to, kind
It's
of.
all part of the network.
It is. It really is. It's the Best Flarking network. So, holy shit,
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're a network now, for real.
we're a network. We're really doing this thing. But yeah. But if you guys want to get in on that conversation, head over to facebook.com/groups/motherflarker and join in on the conversation. Let us know what you guys are feeling about these games that we're going to be playing this month here. And also, if you like the Gamescast, tell a friend about it, because we don't spend any money to market this show. So word of mouth really goes a long ways.
It goes further than our dollars do.
It really does go further than our dollars. So also, if you like Gamescast, please leave a rating and review on iTunes, because they really don't do the greatest job of curating anything based on what you listen to. So the only way for us to climb up those lists is if you guys are submitting ratings and reviews and just letting them know that, hey, this is something to listen to. So